Hello! Welcome back. This is the Benjinator, and you are watching Let's Play Chrono Trigger. So this is part 63, and we are at the tail end of the Black Omen. And this video, I should forewarn you, will be featuring quite a few boss fights. So let me just show you what I did with my party. I did some slight switching around. And so what we're actually going to be seeing is that we have Chrono, we have Magus, and Frog. A party that you would never think would fight together, considering that Frog and Magus don't exactly like each other. Chrono, of course, is kind of neutral about the whole thing. So, anyway, usual equipment for Chrono. But for Magus, what I did is I gave him the gold stud. And the gold stud will actually cut down his MP use by 75%. So this means that he can actually spam Dark Matters, because it's only going to cost him 5 MP. That's right, 5 MP for Dark Matter. Pretty awesome. And then, of course, Frog has the usual stuff. He's going to use the Masamune a bit. So, we are going to be engaged in some heavy battling pretty soon, as you might imagine. So, oh, look, we got museum displays. We got apparently clones of Marley. We got Luca, who, of course, is humorously holding her glasses. And no Magus. So, I should mention, too, that there is a specific reason as to why Magus is actually with us, and you'll be seeing that soon. You can use anybody you want to fight this battle, but having Magus in your party does give it a little something extra special. Alright, so there she is, Queen Zeal, standing on top of what looks like a ruined Manmon machine. Destiny is the most brutal form. Are you talking about your machine that's in ruins? Okay, so now she's just talking abstractly. She's giving the villain speech. Yeah. I don't know. We've gotten this far, and we've taken out a lot of obstacles. You don't really scare us right now. Although you did destroy an entire kingdom. That's pretty impressive. Alright. Unless we can defeat you and smash the Omen. Well, I think that that's exactly what we're here to do. We didn't stop by just to say hello. So, yep, Eternal Nightmare. I don't even know if Lavos is exactly sentient in the way that you might think. He might just be, a very, very large parasite that just, by nature, goes places without any kind of, reflection or logical thought, but who knows? Alright, so, the one thing that Zeal does that is incredibly annoying is that she uses this attack called Halation, which brings all of your HP to 1. Thankfully, Chrono does counterattack when that happens, and so what you want to do is have the chance to use Dark Matter, and you can have Frog use Heal, which is fantastic. So you're going to have kind of a double whammy. Physical attacks using Chrono and Frog, and then you can have Magus use Dark Matter, because, oh yes. And also, too, because you're going to be fighting a few kind of consecutive battles, one of the things that is definitely worth trying out is using a few Mega Elixirs. It's okay. You can use them. And she does do that every once in a while, which sucks some of your MP. But thankfully, Magus, because he has the gold stud, you don't have to fear. Alright, and so while that's going on, probably have Frog heal just once more. Usually, if you're above 300 HP, you're in fairly good shape. Let's use Confuse on Zeal, because why not? Make her day a little bit more painful. But yeah, with the gold stud, you should be able to use, what's it called? Yes, Dark Matter multiple times. And how awesome is that? Meanwhile, another 1,200 points of damage. And yeah, she does that. That is irritating. Yeah. Thankfully, her follow-up attacks, like I said, are really not that bad. It's usually mostly that MP suck thing, which is no fun. But there is going to be a battle after this, so you don't want to go into the next battle with 1 HP, that's for sure. So do make an effort to try to keep your HP up, but usually Frog's healing should do more than enough. So, and of course we have our friend Magus always throwing some sinister triangles at Zeal. I forget what the term exactly is for like fourth dimensional triangles. I know for cubes, they're called tesseracts, but tetrahedrons? No, that can't be it. Yeah. Triangular quadrants? I don't know. Alright, so yeah, you got a Mega Elixir from that. It's kind of fitting, considering that probably if you were doing this for the first time, you would be tempted to use a Mega Elixir. Alright, so your powers are busted. Toss us into the Manmon machine. Okay. Well, your Manmon machine doesn't look very functional, Zeal. I mean, I know that you've gone nuts, but have you... Are you developing Alzheimer's or something? Are you just forgetting? Oh, okay, never mind. I guess the Manmon machine is intact. Well, well. The things you learn. So this is a fairly interesting battle. What you're actually going to be seeing is that... yeah, there's kind of this whole juggler thing going on where when you attack it, it increases defense. And if you use magic on it, I think it increases attack power. So it's one of these situations where you're not going to be able to reverse its buffs. It's just going to be able to do that. So it's kind of one of these things where the longer the battle goes on, the tougher it's going to be. So it's really worth it to try to take out this guy as fast as possible. If you decide to bring Ayla in your party instead of Magus, you can use the 3D attack, which I know I keep talking about, and which I promise you will get to see. Alright, so apparently there is major slowdown in my gameplay. Sorry about that. Thankfully, this battle does not last very long. So, if that's of any source of comfort. Yeah, this is not a very long battle. So, something to keep in mind. I don't even know what his attacks are. I usually defeat this guy fairly quickly. So, yeah, super slow-mo. So the Masamune absorbs energy, so that's really cool. That I actually did not know until literally right this second, is that apparently if you attack it with the Masamune, it absorbs the energy from it. But that does kind of make sense, considering that the Masamune was born out of trying to destroy the Manmon machine. When my friends and I were little, we used to call this the mommy machine, and it was just kind of silly. So it's kind of funny how he keeps saying that his attack is going up, but he has never actually attacked us yet. But you know, I'm gonna keep going. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use Spire, since he doesn't seem to be attacking us at all. He just seems to be kind of sitting there. And by the way, there is going to be another battle after this, and feel free to use a Mega Elixir in the next battle. It'll save you a lot of grief. Because that first battle with Zeal wasn't that hard. This one really isn't that bad, but the third one is a little bit challenging. So just something to keep in mind. This is probably going to be a slightly longer video than normal, just because of the high amount of bosses that are here. Alright, so let's use Luminaire and the other thing and absorb some more energy. Why not? It's a party. Unfortunately, I don't think that this boss gives you quite as much EXP and tech points as some of the other ones, but we're at that point in the game where tech points, it's actually kind of funny. Once every character gets every single tech, it doesn't even register as collecting tech points anymore. Like, anytime you fight an enemy, it just says, you know, got EXP, got gold, and no tech points, because it's pretty much the game's way of telling you, look, dude, you're done. You got all the stuff. What more do you want? Woohoo! More energy absorbed. So unfortunately, that's just, wow, 999. Uh-oh. Release the store's energy. So, yeah, this is kind of a laser fire attack, and I believe this is actually going to hurt quite a bit. So, if we can only go a little bit faster. Yeah, that did do some damage to Frog. But the thing is that it's going to be a long time before they attack again. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a Lapis, because why not? That'll keep our energy up, and we're going to counterattack with another Dark Matter, because hell yes. So that's a really useful reason to have Magus in this battle, especially with the Gold Stud, because he can just keep using Dark Matter, which is really one of these most powerful attacks in the game. So, alright, so when it says the Manmon machine stands still, I believe it means that it's really close to being dead, or it's not releasing energy. So, this might give you a chance to rail on it. Yeah, that's the frustrating thing, is that this battle is really not hard at all. It's just that it's taking a while because of the fact that there's so much slowdown. It's funny because the first time I played through this game on the PlayStation 2 version, or the PlayStation 1 version instead of the SNES version, it didn't really have any slowdown at all. And that is one of the advantages if you decide to play this game on an SNES cartridge or an emulator, you're not going to experience the slowdown. That being said, later on, when we see some bonus material, I believe that this PlayStation version is vastly superior. So, whatever. Anyway, defeating this machine, gonna kill it. 1771. And yeah, there it is. It's dead. The Man-Mon Machine battle is, in my opinion, kind of silly. I mean, you might have thought those mutant battles were silly, but this one, I mean, seriously, it didn't do anything. It just kind of sat there for most of the time. And voila. It's done. So now we've defeated the Man-Mon Machine, and we've defeated Zeal. Well, it seems like our work might be done, actually. Unless there's something else. Uh-oh. That's looking ominous. Ooh. What's going to happen? Do we just fall off the Black Omen? That'd be really bad. You know, we make it all the way through this dungeon, and then we fall off the Black Omen. Oh, okay, so... It looks like maybe we did some damage to the Omen. It's got some pretty severe cracks. Unless it was designed like that. Alright, so now we're standing on top of the thing. That's kind of interesting. Well, well, well. What's happening? What? Zeal? She's not dead. Oh, come on. Well, at least we pissed her off. God, what does it take to kill you, lady? See, this is why we brought Magus along. Magus, kind of has this nice little rebuttal, saying nothing can live forever. Yep. He's basically saying, Queen, you're stupid. Even if you are my mom. Alright, and then Magus gets to be all like, I'm gonna end this once and for all. But of course, the best part is the fact that you get to play this, you get to do this battle with Magus's music in the background. If you don't have Magus, it plays the fierce battle music, which of course is my favorite track. But I thought that I would just show you this extra little caveat that you have. If you bring Magus along with you, you get to hear his music. So now we are fighting Zeal once again. And so, what you absolutely do not want to do under any circumstances is attack the arms. Just ignore them. Pretend that they aren't there. Because if you do... Oh, that's not good. Or, okay, well, if you counterattack it, it's fine. But if you attack it standardly, it'll use really nasty things like MP Buster and, you know, Halation that'll bring your HP to 1. So, for this battle, you want to make sure that Magus does not use any of the multi... Or anybody, for that matter, to use the sort of multi-enemy attacks. So, that is a big no-no. That is something that you do not want to have happen. So, oh my god. I'm sorry that this is so slow. I should have used a Mega Elixir. But yeah, that's the one disadvantage of this battle, is that it has massive slowdown. And fortunately, I do believe in the future you don't have to deal with this, which is so much better. And Chrono will counterattack. So for this, I suggest that you have Magus keep using Dark Bomb, which is fairly effective. And then you can use Spire, which is pretty great. The only thing that's kind of annoying is that the cursor, when it's on Zeal, won't actually show up. So, something to keep in mind. Meanwhile, well, let's use a Mega Elixir. We can spare one. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be the most powerful attack that you're going to be able to use here. Again, if you use Chrono, Ayla, and Frog, you can use 3D attack, which I know I keep talking up like a crazy person, but it is so awesome. So yeah, fully restored, fully buffed. Let's kill Zeal. Alright. So yeah, and then every once in a while, these arms use these little laser things on them, but they're not really that effective. And so yeah, this is probably the most annoying attack that Zeal actually has, is Hexagon Mist, which is kind of I don't know why they call it Hexagon Mist. I mean, I get that there is a hexagon in the middle, so yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot. But Chrono can counterattack. And, of course, him and Frog can use Spire, so that does help a bit. And Dark Bomb with Magus, Spire with everybody else. So that's the only attack you really have to watch out for, is Hexagon Mist. The Skygate Lightning thing doesn't really do that much damage, and especially against Magus. Against Magus, it does like 43, 50 damage. I mean, how awesome is that? So yeah, I could have done this battle with Ayla in my party and probably ended it a lot earlier, but, I mean, how many chances do you get to fight a boss that has the Magus music in the background? It's a pretty unique situation, if you ask me. So, woohoo! Alright, and I'm so glad for the counterattack. It does make this, especially this painful part of the game, a lot easier. I'm just so thankful too that the when Chrono counterattacks the arms, they don't register as an actual attack. Otherwise, we'd be kind of in a bad position. So another Skygate Lightning attack. Blah blah blah. Hits Chrono for a little bit of damage, but again, nothing too bad. Oh yay! Counterattacks are fun. Woohoo! Yeah, so this is definitely not disappointing as far as a kind of a almost final boss fight. But what we'll actually see is that the final boss is a good deal more difficult. So don't expect this kind of easy peasiness once you get to actually fighting Lavos himself. So yeah, woohoo! I think I'm going to use Confuse, because why not? We can probably have Frog use Leap Slash or something. So yeah, or 20. Another 1,200 damage dealt to Zeal. So if you just keep this up, she should be able to go down. She has a considerable amount of HP, but yeah, when she starts using Halation, you know that she's getting pretty close. And in this case, because we're, getting fairly close to the final boss, I would actually use this opportunity to use a Mega Elixir, because you don't want her to follow that up with the Hexagon Mist. That would just be a nightmare. So, Mega Elixir just to be safe. And, let's see. I could have used Frog Squish. That would have hurt a lot, but then that would have hurt everybody, so. Alright. Leap Slash. That works just as well. Or, well, almost as well. 901 damage. Respectable. Respectable. Another Confuse attack with Chrono. So you can use Spire, or you could use Single Text, but I think in this situation, the Single Text actually allow you to deal more damage. So unfortunately, that is what H.C. Bailey was talking about, but I don't know, I'm very partial to double and triple text. I think that they're really cool, even if they're not super efficient. Yeah. And every once in a while, the arms use annoying attacks like MP Buster. Even if you don't counterattack, which is just something that you kind of have to deal with, so. Oh, well. Oh, well. Alright, so, you might as well do a standard attack. Woohoo! And another Dark Bomb. Oh, yeah. See, the Frenzy Band is just totally awesome. I'm so glad that I decided to use it. Yeah, I'm trying to think, maybe if you just use a regular attack with Magus, it might do more damage, but he's kind of the magician type, so I think this actually might do a little bit better. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, this guy, or this woman, I should say, this is it's kind of the same thing all the way to the end. So what I'm probably going to do is just skip to the end of this battle, because, especially with the slowdown, this can get kind of tedious, so I'll meet you at the end of the battle. Alright, so we've just defeated Zeal. It's kind of funny. There was only about 2 more turns, but it was kind of worth saving the time on the recording. Alright, so Zeal is defeated. Is this the last of her? Yeah, what does it take to kill you, lady? What I find really funny is that Magus, or she didn't even recognize that Magus was actually Janus, her son. This kind of shows how little attention she pays to her kids. So now it looks like she's officially summoning Lavos once again. Tried it before, Lavos propped up for a few minutes, and then destroyed Zeal, and then assumingly went back down to the surface. But now it seems that we are once again summoning Lavos using the mighty power of the Black Omen. So I wonder if this thing is going to collapse, because sometimes when you destroy bosses, the places that they were living in tend to fall apart. So. Yeah, that's the thing that definitely happens. All right, so yeah, Lavos is up, and are you dead yet? Okay, I guess she's not dead. Yeah, you never really figure out what happens to Zeal after this. So you don't see Zeal again, but I mean we can assume that maybe she combined her essence with Lavos or something. But there goes the Black Omen, by the way, so that thing is gone. In 12,000 BC, 1,000 AD, and 600 AD, it's gone. And the future, obviously. By the way, if you try to enter the palace in the future, it won't let you. So, Zeal just kind of stands there and saying, ah ha ha, this world has been subsumed by Lavos. And she just doesn't have any reason to fight you. Okay, so here comes Lavos. We're going to take you down, man. We're going to be right after you. So, is this going to be when we finally take out Lavos? Well, we'll find out in a couple of minutes. No, I'm not going to be cutting off the video. I thought long and hard about it, but I think it's ultimately better if we try to take Lavos on in this video. So now he's going to be going into attack mode. Going to be fighting the big baddie himself, the Anthropod of Destruction. And so now he goes into what is known as battle mode. And so what this essentially does is that he emulates other bosses. So let me give it a chance to actually switch party members for a second. All right, so now we got Ayla in our party. Put on the prison helm and the gold stud, same one I gave Magus, and let's take on Lavos, the biggest, baddest mother of them all. So in this particular battle, he is going to be switching into a variety of different modes. However, this is actually extremely easy because not only does he emulate these other previous bosses' attack patterns, but he also emulates their HP as well. So that is actually really advantageous for you. Woohoo! Alright, so that was easy enough. And so we learned dropkick and 3D attack, which is my personal favorite triple tech in the game. So now that you've defeated him in, I guess you would call it Dragon Tank mode, now he's going to switch to another boss. And so remember this guy from the future with the annoying alarms and stuff like that. And I think it's actually kind of cool because he has these like weird like other like alien type creatures like kind of representing the different parts. So I would normally talk about the strategy for fighting this guy, but because this is so easy, all you have to really do is use another Falcon Head to take these enemies out, and they'll all usually die fairly easily. Because remember, like there was one bit that shot at you, there was another bit that had HP, but yeah, breaks down. And so actually this is a much more interesting fight if you try to take Lavos on earlier on in the game, because these monsters still posed somewhat of a challenge, but at this point of the game, it's really not that hard. So now we got Hecaron next, and just remember the trick with him is to use magic. If you use magic, then you're all set. So in this case, what I'm probably going to do is use Spire, because that'll probably take him out in almost one hit. And that does count as a magic attack, so there we go. Spire, and if that fails for whatever reason, probably going to use Rock Throw. You know, just lob off Lavos' head and toss it around. Why not? Again, I do apologize for the slowdown. I'm hoping that in the next video that is not the case. So, alright, so apparently that didn't work, and neither did lobbing off the head. So I guess what we can probably do is to use Luminaire next. So, that'll be fun. Yeah, alright. Yeah, this is going to be the longest video only because of the slowdown, which is annoying. Yeah, so as you can see, he's got about the same magical power as Hecaron 2. So, but still, that magic D is pretty high. So let's drop a Luminaire on him. Or actually a Volt Bite. That'll work, I think. I just get amused by the fact that you kind of see these bubbles popping out of his head. I just find that absolutely hilarious. He's going to shoot some bubbles at you. Alright, so hopefully this will do the damage that we want. Okay, never mind. I think I'm gonna stick to using Luminaire. That was my original idea. And that should be able to take out Lavos fairly quickly. Yeah, 384. Yeah, so Hecaron's turning out to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. I mean, sure, his attacks are pathetic, but then again, he has still got really high defense. I like how Lavos just kind of seeps into our brains and decides, you fought these enemies before, well, I shall emulate them. Mwahaha. You know, where he could just easily, like, you know, use that Destructo Fire Rain on us and kind of make our lives that much harder. So, all right, there we go. That's some serious damage. And there goes Hecaron. Woohoo! Fantastic. So who's up next on the list? Yeah, so he's not going to do every single boss. I mean, we've already technically skipped over a few. We didn't fight Yak or anything. But he does find a series of bosses to emulate, which is kind of cool. And so now he's representing, was it Zombor? Yeah. Ozzy's buddy. That's right. It says, go, Zombor. Go. So once again, we're going to use another Falcon hit, because why not? Woohoo! And let's take him out that way. And I think that this should probably be enough to kill him. Yeah, see, MP Buster. That is the final attack of the head, which is a pain. But we can restore Chrono's MP in the next battle without much fuss. So there we go. Easy enough. Zombor is dead. And so who's going to come after this? Lavos changes attack mode. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the bosses we fought. Oh, nice. Masamune. And so this guy doesn't have anything special about him, so you can probably just use... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to use 3D attack just to show you how awesome this particular tech is. You might not think it's anything spectacular, but I have a soft spot for it. So yeah, he's going to hit you in the face with a very ineffectual 8 HP, and Crono is valiantly going to counterattack. So, hooray. You know, I probably could just use single attacks on him, but I think I will allow you guys to see the triple tech that I've been pretty much gloating about since the beginning, you know, since we got Frog and Ayla in our party. So there we go. X strike plus triple kick, 3,500 damage. Oh yes, oh yes. And the best part about this combo too, and the reason why I use this for the final boss, is because if you get damaged, you get to use Slurp Kiss and restore everybody's HP. How awesome is that? Alright, so now we're fighting Nizbel. Remember this guy, the guy that you have to strike with lightning. Alright, so let's take him on. Woohoo! Yeah, this is going to be a long LP, but I am very much okay with that. I just checked my time. I'm already at 28 minutes, but that's, you know, it's Lavos. He's the king of the baddies. I mean, you gotta give yourself a little bit more time. I'm actually really glad that this is no longer the, you know, there's no longer, I don't think, any more restrictions for how long a YouTube video is. So, you know, if I were recording this back in 2008, I would have to stop every 10 minutes and split the video or something, but I don't have to do that, thankfully. So, another 5,000 damage. Let's try to sneak in another attack. Probably something a little bit lighter. Yeah, Falcon Hit, why not? Always reliable. Yeah, because I was going to wait for Frog to use his attack too, but I didn't feel like it. So there we go. Took him down. Alright. Nizbel. No match for us. Alright, so next attack mode for Lavos. And what have we got next? Ah, Magus! It'd be so funny if Magus was here. He'd just be like, hey now. How dare he imitate me? So unfortunately we're at a slight disadvantage because we don't have a fire elemental to use. And we don't have Magus with us. So remember how we fight this dude. Let's use 3D attack just to see what happens. After all, it only takes 2 MP for Chrono and Frog. So, yeah, 725. Now he's doing a barrier change. Oh, but this is perfect. Now he's changing to lightning. I like how his head juts out of his body because, you know, to use lightning, you have to be in the middle for it. All right, so let's have Chrono use the most powerful lightning of them all, and that is, of course, Luminaire. So, let's unleash that. Woohoo! Yeah. And so this should be enough to at least put him into that mode where he's using dark matter. So, isn't this fun? We get to fight all the bosses again, except this time it's only got one body, and that is the form of Lavos. But it's kind of fun. It gives you a little bit of variety, you know? It's a nice sort of game review. And they do that in a lot of video games, so... Alright, so now I think that he's in that special mode where you can actually do some damage to him. Where he's going to be casting a spell or what have you. So let's use 3D attack again, because I never get tired of it. Yeah, this is where Magus would be, you know, playing with his glove and kind of being like, I'm going to cast a spell and kill you. But because this is Lavos, Lavos does not have any arms, at least none that I can see. So yeah, now he's using the magic defense wall or whatever. And so, one more 3D attack should probably do it. Or maybe not. Maybe just a Chrono counterattacking. Isn't that awesome? And so, I believe that was the second to last one. Now we're going to be fighting one more of these battle mode bosses. And that, of course, is our friend the Black Tyranno and Azla. So remember how this guy works. His defense is high until you defeat Azla and deal enough damage, and then he does the whole, like, screaming at you thing. And by the way, seeing Lavos scream at you is really funny. You know, he kind of opens up his head, and it just kind of shudders for a little bit. But it actually is kind of fitting, because, I mean, Lavos is just as terrifying, if not more terrifying, than the Black Tyranno ever was. So it does make sense. If this was just, like, some kind of humanoid character, then I would be less convinced, but it's Lavos, so it's okay. Alright, so of course Azla does have very high physical attack, so I'm probably just going to use Luminaire. Yeah, and there's that thing. So let's see if we can actually charm Lavos. I'm kind of curious about this, because I don't think that I've actually done this before. And it would be actually hilarious if this worked. It's like the most evil creature on the face of the planet, and you just give him a present, and everything's fine. All right, so we're gonna blast another Luminaire, take him out, and yeah, this should take out Azla, or what passes for Azla, and we'll use Dropkick on Lavos because we haven't actually done that before. Dropkick is one of these double techs that we haven't seen, so might as well get the full round of it. And so Azla's dead, or Lavos's armpit is dead. You know, that's probably, knowing Lavos being an extraterrestrial, he's probably got like appendages that can talk and have minds of their own. Not to put any sort of dirty thoughts at all in anybody's head. All right, so now that Azla's dead, we just have to wait for his defense to drop. And the best thing to do right here is actually just to wait. And so now removes defense, so you can counterattack with a 3D attack. Because 3D attack is awesome. Woohoo! And so one more of those should take out Lavos. See how much easier things are when you have 3D attack? Especially since it only costs Ayla like 5 MP. It only costs the other characters too, so... Oh man, up to 34 minutes in this LP, but fortunately there's not that much longer. Longest video in existence. I blame it mostly on the slowdown. Well, on the consecutive bosses too, but I decided it would be better to do all this in one video rather than having to wait and try to split it, so... Alright, so one more I think should be able to take down the Tyranno. Yeah, it does have a lot of HP, doesn't it? I never really noticed before. Then again, looking back, that battle did take an awfully long time to be able to defeat. So, maybe Chrono's got him. Let's see. No, you're going to have to 3D attack him once more. Woohoo! And there we go. Right in the face. Right in the head. Alright, and so that is the end of Lavos in his battle modes. What's going to happen now? Oh, so now he's changing his attack mode. Okay, no, I was wrong. I'm sorry about that. He did not actually change. He actually has... Yeah, this is his last one. That, of course, is Giga Gaia. And remember how easy this guy was last time. Just have to use a couple of Falcon hits, or a Falcon hit and a 3D attack, and we should be through this guy pretty quickly. Especially now that we're more powerful than ever before. More powerful than you could possibly imagine. So yeah, now he's using the Pair Blaster, the Tool Hand attack, those little spawn things that look like, I don't know, it's kind of funny because they have such like skinny legs. They just look so goofy. They're like, we represent the will of Lavos, or at least an extension of his imitation of these bosses you fought before. So yeah, I believe that this one really is the last, the last battle mode boss we'll have to fight, which is good because we're almost at 40 minutes into this video. So, oh, okay, so didn't quite kill it. Huh. I don't remember fighting these guys taking so long, but oh well, I'm not gonna complain. All right, so where are we? Yeah, Falcon hit. Woohoo! And so we'll have Frog use Leap Slash on the head because he can. And then after this, we'll have a friendly 3D attack, if such a thing exists. All right, so the quote arms are dead, and so now our friend Frog is gonna have at the head right there. Woohoo! Yep. And one 3D attack, I think, should be able to handle it. The slowdown is driving me crazy. It's the only real drawback of the PlayStation version is that when this was ported, unfortunately, these parts of the game were not that greatly done. So, right. One more 3D attack. I love how I'm measuring these battles by how many 3D attacks are done. That kind of just goes to show you exactly how this game develops or, you know, how powerful this is. So, alright. So, that was the end of Giga Gaia. And what's going to happen now? You're out of bosses, Lavos. Oh my god, he's going to be using the laundromat song. Or the laundromat sound. The washing machine sound. I never get tired of that. Alright, so... Gonna heal up just a second. Alright, we are all set. Let's take on this beast. So now we're fighting the real Lavos in his purest form. He's no longer imitating bosses. Now he's going to be using real attacks. So now we get to see his famous destruction rains from the heavens. And I think this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt quite a bit. Okay, maybe never mind. 200 damage, respectable. So remember the first time he used that, though, he absolutely wiped us out. It wasn't even close. Granted, last time our magic defense was a lot lower. We weren't quite as powerful. So this particular form of Lavos, really not that difficult. He does use, for the most part, the Destructo Rains, and he uses Chaotic Zone or whatever, as you see right there. But for the most part, that's pretty ineffectual because we all have those wonderful little prison helms that lock our status. So, isn't that wonderful, folks? So, another 3D attack on Lavos. Woohoo! And I think even if you add up all of the, if you measure MP cost versus damage done, I think that 3D attack is actually more efficient. You know, you're using less MP to do more damage. I mean, you could have them do a bunch of single attacks, and I think that would be about the same amount of damage like if you used like Leap Slash, Confuse, and Triple Kick. But, alright, so that's it? Really? Lavos in his pure form? And we defeated him? Uh-oh. What's going to happen now? Did we get Lavos really, really mad? Oh, wow. His head's gone. We decapitated Lavos. Is it over? Are we going to find, like, an unending paradise inside of his shell? I'm a little scared to figure out what's here, actually. That might be a little bit creepy. So I guess there's only one way to find out, and that is to crawl into Lavos's place itself. Yeah, this is, there's a lot of places we've gone to that are worse than Magus's place. Uh-oh, he smells stronger. Well, that can't be good. Alright, so we defeated the Black Omen. We defeated Zeal. And we thought we defeated Lavos, but now we're actually inside him. So, are we going to be able to do it? Are we going to be able to save the world 1999 and beyond? Find out in the finale of Let's Play Chrono Trigger. This is the Benjinator, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the final episode.